So there's like being blindsided because everything appeared to be going so well, and then suddenly that relationship ends just like that. As we are giving all our love to this person, and suddenly they're just walking away. So there's abandonment there. There's an abandonment issue. There were some other issues in the relationship. Endings can be really painful. We're dealing with the energies of grief and trauma. And those energies are coming from the inner kids again. Okay? So our relationship challenges are typically showing up because there are unresolved patterns in the inner children that need to be resolved before we can move forward, before we can choose healthier relationships. That we can be in dysfunctional relationships, and sometimes those feel harmonious. There are two dysfunctions that are actually dancing well together. I've seen it. I've seen it with people very close to me where it's dysfunctional, but it works for them. So if it's working for you and it's dysfunctional, it's not the end of the world. It's when it's not working. In other words, when one person is giving their power away and they're losing life force, your soul is suffering. And that can feel really draining and very difficult on your system. So it's recognizing it and going in and starting to work with these inner kids so that you can heal the past and move forward in a healthy way in relationship. That you have to end a relationship. Sometimes it's growing through the relationship. In fact, all relationships are teaching us something. All relationships are us looking in the mirror at someone else and having them reflect back to us who we are. And that means in our healthy places, but also our wounded places. And those places start to show up later on, which starts to translate into depression. I can't get out of bed. I can't get out of my own way. I can't get out of my head. And what I'm recognizing is in the energetic field, yes, we have inner kids. So we have to find out where that first occurred in the cycles of just growing up. Where did it originate? What kids are still seeking to be healed, to be loved, not to be abandoned? And what other needs do they have that are not being met? So we're working with that. But we're also working with the element of fire and water, which is grief. So I'm working in the lymphatic system. We're working to bring that fire back into balance because when we are in a depressed state, our fire is out and we just can't get up and move. Fire is about our ability to move life forward. Now, this doesn't mean that somebody shouldn't feel sad. Your feelings are very important. You do need to have them. You do need to move through them. You do need to express them. And if you're not, your body's holding on. Okay? So we want to be able to release the feelings through the tears, through the anger, and just let it move so that we can move our lives forward. Now, we can do that through polarity yoga. We do that through breath work. We also did that together. So we spent 4 days together when that person left, and actually by day 2, they expressed to me that they were feeling so different and so much better, even though they knew there was still some sadness that needed to be released. And that did happen over the next couple of days through some of the other exercises that we did together. But they recognize that, yes, you know what, this is moving, and this isn't like I'm going to be like this for the rest of my life. So, retreats, if you're interested, if you are in a place of pain, if you've been experiencing relationship breakups, or just have recognize that you're repeating the same patterns over and over, I highly recommend the retreat. If you're not able to do that at this time, my app Back to You is very supportive for those of you who can't do that, or it's also very supportive for anybody who's actually gone through the retreat and started the healing process, because obviously we know healing doesn't happen in 4 days. However, shifting the energy also shifts the perspective that we have on life, brings us to a place of clarity, and we then know, where are we going now? Okay? So join me in the next video. Many blessings. Thank you for being here. Tina Brigantini here today.